Iris by the Go-Go Dolls is literally my favourite song at the moment. So hello all my beautiful gems, how are you guys doing today? So if you haven't watched my life update, the one where I told you about breaking my leg and running away from home, because I mentioned I moved to Sydney because I became an au pair. An au pair is a nanny where you live with the family. So today's video I'm going to be talking about, you know you're an au pair when, and yeah, so I have them written down on my phone. This doesn't apply to all au pairs, just like anyone who works with children, I guess, but yeah. So let's get into it. So the first thing on my list is, you know you're an au pair when at the end of the week your handbag becomes like a Mary Poppins bag and you empty it out. I usually do mine every Sunday, and the things you find in there you don't even remember being put in there. Yeah, so it's Sunday today anyway, so let's find out what I have got in my bag from this week. So got my purse, these are my sunglasses, drawings, what looks like the UK flag, underwear, balls, pink sparkly Tinkerbell sunglasses that are definitely mine, My Little Pony clips, hairbands, necklaces, which I'm going to put on for the rest of the video, because why not? Keys, trucks, and a Minion toy. Cool. And that is what was in my bag. Oh, and a toy soldier. And that is what was in my bag this week. That's fun. 2 on my list is when you refer to the kids you look after as your kids. So obviously they're not my kids, but they kind of are. Like, I'm with them like most hours of the day, or when they're not at school, I'm with them, and yeah, except for weekends and some days in between, like I have a few days off, but I'm with them a lot. So I refer to them as my kids. Like if I'm out with friends and I'd be like, oh, I have to leave at 3:30 because I have to pick up my kids from school, or my kids do this, or my kids are cute. You know what I mean? Like they're my kids. So you refer to your kids as your kids, even though they're not your kids. The third thing is you actually know more parents than people your age. So I get excited hanging out with the neighbor and her 2 sons because I think she is like a lovely person and she's like my best friend in Sydney. Number 4 is you find yourself saying / doing things that your parents did as when you were a kid, and it makes you cringe every time, but you do it anyway because it's the only way to get the kids to do what you want them to do. Like I always initiate the 3-second rule, and you always make it last for like 5 minutes, but yeah, it makes me cringe every time, but it works. Number 5 is you say good job and wow a lot, like 100 times a day, and I'm very grateful that kids don't understand like sarcastic things, because the amount of times I've been like, wow, good job, and they're like, yeah. What was that? Number 6 is you take a nap whenever you have the opportunity. Like sometimes you're just so tired. Like I drop my kids off at school and I come home and have a nap for like an hour, because yes, I've been up for like 2 hours, but during those 2 hours I have walked a mile, I have picked up after kids, I have done, it's hard work, or like some days I go to school, some days I have them like the full days, and on the full days, if they go over to like another kid's house, at like the neighbor's house or something, I'm like free for like at least 45 minutes, and you betcha I'm gonna take a nap in that time. So since becoming an au pair, I can pretty much cook up anything within half an hour. If you want homemade pasta with sauce, I can do it in half an hour. I can do homemade chicken nuggets, like I can do anything. I can cook up anything in half an hour, and I can make anything out of like a little food in the fridge as well. Number 8 is movies and iPads become your best friend. Like if you want to get something done and you need the kids distracted, chuck a movie on or give them the iPad and they will be zoned out for as long as you need them to. And I am so grateful for technology these days, because I would not be able to get half the housework and things I need to get done without them. So thank you, technology. Number 9 is your host family becomes your second family. Like you do things with them. They don't refer to you as their au pair. They refer to you as Alex or my sister or something. And it's moving away from home for the first time for me. I'm quite an anxious person, so I was scared. But it's really good to be able to come home and have a family that you can just sit down and talk to about things. The host mom braids my hair because I can't braid my own hair. Like, I don't know, it's just things like that where it's just really nice to have a family to come home to. And number 10 on my list is you get really good at saying goodbye. So the family I'm working with is my second family that I've been with, and you just, as an au pair, you make friends with other au pairs and they're here for give or so 6 months and then they go, so you say goodbye. And me being so close to where I'm from, like a lot of au pairs go to like different countries, yet me, I went to a different state. I am like in between Brisbane and Sydney a lot, and the first time I went home and then came back, it was really sad. And now it's just a normal thing. You say goodbye, you come back down here, you do your thing, and then you go home and you say goodbye again. I don't know, you get really good at saying goodbye, and it's sad, but it's not sad. It's a thing you just have to put up with. And saying goodbye to your host families is really hard. So my last family, I'm still in contact with them, and I see the kids usually every time I go up to Brisbane. So, but yeah, it's one of those things you're such a big part of their lives. And it's weird to think you might never see them again, you know what I mean? But yeah, those are my 10 things you know you're an au pair when. Yeah, if any of you guys have any questions on how I became an au pair and how I got my job, because I don't have any childcare qualifications, which a lot of au pairs do, but I don't. But yeah, if you have any of those questions, comment them down below and I'll do a Q&A later on in life or later on. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!